it always gets me when I talk to another marketer and they're like, oh, I'm not a direct response marketer. But at the same time, they like track conversions and they test different pieces of copy against each other. And they use the one that wins as their control. And I'm like, why do you think that that is not direct response marketing? In fact, when you get down to like the core principles and strategies of direct response marketing, like that's what you're doing. That is exactly what is direct response marketing. If you look at superficially the details of people that are in the direct response marketing niches, yeah, it's maybe going to look different, right? But when you get down to what's defined by direct response marketing, or like what the definition of direct response marketing is it's marketing designed to get a response that then is used based on whether or not it gets a response. And that goes all the way back to like Claude Hopkins' scientific advertising, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about video sales letters. Why would I open that way when I'm going to talk about video sales letters? Well, because if all you think of as a video sales letter is like the PowerPoint slide with the sentence that the person reads to you, and then it switches to the next PowerPoint slide with the next sentence that the person then reads, and the next PowerPoint slide with the next sentence that the person then reads, you have an extremely limited view of video sales letters. And maybe you're like caught up in this idea of sales letter equals text, video sales letter equals video, like text on video, right? And yeah, okay, cool. That is one version of the video sales letter, but it barely scratches the surface of what the video sales letter has become, right? And all the creative ways in which video sales letters are being used. So it doesn't even have to be like headline, video, CTA that pops up at a certain point in the video. Like it doesn't have to be that way, even though it often is. So I want to talk about creative uses for video sales letters. Getting into my notes here. So the classic VSL funnel, yes. Okay, we'll start there. What's a video sales letter? What is the classic VSL funnel? Well, optionally, there is an opt-in page where it's like, get this information if you enter your email address here. Maybe there's a little preview of the video, right? And so you enter your email address and it redirects you to the VSL sales page, which, you know, classically, this is exactly what I just said. It's the text PowerPoint that the person is reading to you, right? And that at some point in the video, a call to action pops up on the screen. And the call to action is a link through to the next page, the cart page, right? And that's the page where you actually enter your credit card information, you place your order. Might be called an order form, right? The next page, after you place your order, is an upsell, typically. I have optional next to the opt-in tab, optional next to upsell 1, optional next to upsell 2, but these upsells are just opportunities to get something else for some additional investment, right? And then there is a thank you page, right? This is the classic video sales letter funnel that is so common all over the place across the internet, especially in direct response niches. And again, if you take a really narrow view of what a VSL is, how a VSL is used, you know, what it's going to look like, this is probably what it's going to look like. And arguably, this is the standard and the classic for a reason, right? When people tried to change Classic Coke or Coca-Cola Classic into Classic Coke, it was a failure, right? When people try to mess with the VSL funnel, it's not always successful. And this tends to be a pretty reliable way to launch various products that can be sold with a video sales letter, with a VSL, right? And this can work for physical products. It can work for like supplements. It can work for information products. It can work for, online courses. It can work for, I can work for lots of different things, right? It certainly works in the publishing niches like investment publishing, investment newsletters, trading advisory services, all that stuff. Works in various health niches. Certainly works in the relationships. It works like so many, not ClickFunnels, so many ClickFunnels offers are done this way. So many ClickBank offers, affiliate offers are done this way. It's used in coaching businesses. It's used lots of places, right? And it's used because it works, okay? It's also not very creative, right? And it's not the only way to run VSLs, video sales letters. What I want you to do for a minute is say, okay, there are principles and strategies behind what works that have led to a certain set of narrow tactics. And the narrow tactics are the video sales letter funnel that I just talked about, right? But the principles and strategy don't necessarily require you to be stuck in this set of narrow tactics, right? Just like the principles and strategy of direct response marketing don't necessarily require you to be stuck in the context of, oh, I have to write this long form text sales letter, right? Direct response marketing can be anything where you use a compelling message to try and get someone to take a response, or to have a certain response. You measure the response that people take, the action that they are taking as a result of engaging with that marketing, and you test different versions to see what leads to more people taking action, right? And that's principles and strategy of direct response. And often it leads to certain sets of tactics like attention-getting headlines and hooks and pitches that are compelling and full of proof, but also full of emotional persuasion and making compelling offers. And all these things, right, are narrow tactics that are representations of what direct response is. But the principles and strategy go back to, it's a piece of marketing designed to get someone to take a specific action, and that action is measured. So what's a video sales letter? Well, it's a video that's designed to get people to take action, right? And there's going to be a CTA, and that CTA is going to be measured, and that video is going to be considered to be successful based on whether or not it gets people to take action. And if you're having certain expenses associated with getting people to watch the video, it's going to be based on the success or failure of that video is going to be based on whether it hits certain economic benchmarks, whether that's, acquiring new customers at break even or generating massive profits to your internal customer list or whatever, right? The whole point is the video sales letter is a video designed to get people to take action, right? So it's a video plus a call to action. And if we go back to those the brass tacks, right? Get down to brass tacks, go back to the basics. That's all we're trying to do with a video sales letter is have a video that compels people to take action. And we're going to have that action identifiable, measurable. We're going to measure the action that people take, the response, and we're going to judge it as successful based on whether or not it gets people to take that action. Which suggests that there are so many creative uses for video sales letter. So I want to run through a bunch of them just as kind of a creativity idea generator for you here. So there's other presentations of a video sales letter, right? It doesn't have to be, the strict sales letter structure. It could look like a demo video, right? A demonstration of maybe a particular piece of software. And there's going to be an action that you're going to ask people to take. If it's SaaS, it might be a demo video of certain software, of how to accomplish certain critical tasks within the software. And then there's going to be a call to action to get people to maybe sign up for the demo, right? Okay, cool. An unboxing or review. If you have physical products, you could have your VSL be an unboxing of the physical product, right? A review of the physical product, a demonstration. Again, a lot of times these tie together. If you think about what an unboxing or a review video looks like on YouTube, maybe a review is actually starts with an unboxing, but then it turns into a demo and some initial reactions. And then the difference that makes it a VSL is you actually maybe make an offer at the end and tell people how to go get the product. right? An independent advertorial, and I should have put independent in quotes here because oftentimes an advertorial looks and feels like independent editorial, but it is designed in the end to sell like an advertisement. And so anything that you could think of, we think of text advertorials. I did a whole training that was primarily focused on text advertorials on, advertorial type landing pages, but the reality is it doesn't have to be text. It could be a video, or it could be video as part of a text advertorial page or like a mixed media advertorial page, right? The podcast VSL, right? Doing something that comes across as a podcast episode in the beginning, but is designed to get a video podcast, of course, but that is designed to get people to take action in the end. A documercial, right? It comes across in the beginning, it looks and feels like a documentary about something going on, but in the end, it is making an offer, it's getting people to take action. Those are big in financial direct response, as are interviews, right? A table interview with an expert about maybe a particular investment situation that's developing, an opportunity that's being created from that situation. Okay, we did an interview, right? Or just a straight talking head. It can be a person on the screen doing their talking head presentation about this particular topic, right? That's going to transform in the end into a compelling pitch for a product or service. Now, other ways to frame the VSL, right? You don't have to say, oh, it's this video, right? It could be presented as a webinar. In fact, you can even broadcast it as a webinar. It could be a video premiere event, right? If it's more specific to something that's maybe research related, it could be premiere broadcast of this new research, right? So the whole idea of framing it as an event as opposed to just a video that you can go watch. It could be done as a mini course or training, or a serialized VSL is basically video product launch formula type presentation. So serialized means like episodes, right? And the way that product launch formula is done is it's like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3 offer, right? You could do a serialized VSL, maybe in the end, we combined all the episodes so you could watch them straight through, right? The whole point being, there's lots of different ways to frame this video as a way to get people to take action. Now, you can use VSLs, of course, on your website, but you can even use them on paid advertising channels. Now, this maybe worked a bit better in the last few years than it's been working recently, especially on YouTube, but you can run a Facebook video ad that is a complete VSL. And the call to action at the end is to get them to, maybe in this case, you would want them to visit a text sales page with the offer a little bit weighted more towards the front than you would if the text sales page had to do all the heavy lifting. The reason why you would do that is if the VSL did most of the sales job and then somebody clicks through, well, okay, they need to be able to get through to the cart page as quick as possible, right? But if they started watching the VSL and they just wanted to learn more, then the text sales page needs to do a good job of closing them as well, right? You can do the same thing, YouTube ads, like it's the exact same thing. You just do the VSL on YouTube. And believe it or not, you can actually get people to convert, and you can get people to stop watching whatever YouTube video they were trying to click on to watch your VSL by running it as a pre-roll ad on YouTube. So instead of watching that whatever random 30-minute video, suddenly they're so engrossed with your video sales letter that they watch your video sales letter instead, and then they take action, they buy based on that. Places to put the VSL, of course, you can use that VSL page in the funnel. You can do a classic VSL funnel. You could do VSL versus text funnel. You could have it as a lead video on a text sales page, meaning a VSL does not, even if it's designed to do the complete selling job by itself, it doesn't have to be presented in isolation, especially if you have a sales page, a landing page that is designed to present the same message. And again, in all cases, I'm not saying that one of these is better than the other. I'm saying that if you get creative, you can test different things and they may or may not work for you. You may find that in certain markets, having a VSL available for people who want to watch videos, but having a text version of the selling message there for people who would prefer to scan or read on the same page could outperform having just a forced viewership VSL page, right? Homepage feature video, right? If it's relevant, if it fits within your marketing, it could be the feature video on your homepage, right? It could be a microsite. You could have a whole separate site dedicated to the VSL and like additional articles and content related to the VSL that you drive people to. Offsite, you could put your VSL on YouTube and drive people there, and get people to take action by clicking links in the description or cards with the video, right? Like there's lots of different ways, lots of different places that you can put the VSL. You might even be able to, if it is produced well, if it matches the media in which you're trying to present it, you might even be able to use it in traditional media, buying infomercial spots, buying paid radio if you can present the same VSL in audio format. I'm not saying that these are like number one things you should test, but these are media buying opportunities available to you. And if they fit with your market, they may make sense. An audio version, you could release your VSL as a podcast, right? As a podcast episode. There's lots of creative ways to use the VSL if you get creative, right? It all comes down to writing an effective VSL in the first place. And so I would strongly encourage you to check out the link in the description to how to write a video sales letter. It's new training that I'm delivering. As this episode comes out, it's going to be delivered tomorrow, which is Thursday, August 24th, 2023. Once it has been delivered live on Zoom, it will shortly thereafter be available as a recording in the membership library of BTMSinsiders. To get access either to the live or recorded version, you become a member to BTMSinsiders. It's my streaming library of copywriting and marketing courses where you pay one low fee, you get streaming access to everything. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you get more content like this delivered to you in the future. I'm Roy Furr. This is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. As always, think about how you can use this, how you can apply this going forward, and I'll catch you again in the next episode. See you soon. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.